Instructions set in bone. With my own knife, by my own hand, I carve these words in no man's land. Upon the skull of my late foe, who sheltered here some weeks ago. He'd only paused to rest a time and plug a hole broad as a dime drilled into him from our front line by someone's rifle, maybe mine. His charge was stopped, his mates turned round, he found a refuge in the ground, the crater of a 10th-ton shell, within which roils a murky well. He'd bled out then, afraid, alone, no way to part or to atone, save for a scrap of paper there, clutched in his fist, the bones laid bare. The ink has long since rinsed away, his wishes lost to rain and spray, they mingle thus with bile and blood, and float atop the pool of mud. Now here I sit in our shared tomb, half-hour or less before my doom. I too was felled, but in my case these letters shall not be effaced. I set upon his head my blade, and flayed what hadn't yet decayed, or what the crows saw fit to spare, odd bits of scalp and matted hair. I washed his skull with my canteen, and buffed it to a perfect sheen. I'll etch now my last testament, and strive to make it eloquent. I know not whom this verse will reach, and do not dare opine or preach. No words of mine could much deserve more than my foes to be preserved. I was a brother and a son, taught only how to hold a gun and how to skin a hare or deer, back home with Pa in yesteryear. So I'll write this and then must go. Should these words reach a wiser foe, take up your knife, see it's not dull, and carve your wisdoms in my skull.